Alrighty, it has been a long time, but we are back in the mix. I am your host, Lawrence Knight, and we are back with the Villains Game Show Part 4. So it's been a while since I've done this. One thing I'm happy about with ChatGPT when you have an account and you sign in is it always leaves you, it tells you where you last were. So I can pick up where I left off. Now, with that said, let's look at this. Let's see. So the last time I was on, um, I managed to knock down some more money from the prize pool, so they're down to 19 million. Um, Myself and all of my two co-conspirators, all three of us are still in the game. I haven't hired any minions. There are 15 truth seekers left, and the trust all around is in ruins. Trust in ruins. So I think originally, if I'm not mistaken, I think there was 25 people. So I've knocked down probably around 10 or so, and there's trust among everybody is in ruins. That's the worst thing that I've ever heard, even in a game. How marvelous! The house is in chaos. No one knows who's next. You, Nikki Vile, have become the unshakable center of the storm. What's your next move? So, I remember Stella. Offer Stella the minion pack now that she's truly alone. Push the group to vote out Harold Crane next by claiming he manipulated Tasha. Sabotage the next challenge to target Stella's confidence and pin the blame on her. Let Mark and Mr. Zen stir things while you vanish into the background briefly. Begin seeding suspicion towards Dr. Zen himself, just in case you need to cut him later. I think that's a bad idea, but also I'm keeping a close eye on these two. I don't want to shake the boat just yet. I don't want to turn Dr. Zen against me because he's really good at what he does. He's been a good minion. He doesn't know that he's a minion, but he's been a good one. I'm also thinking it may not be a good idea to let him and Mark stir things up while I vanish into the background briefly. Um, Sabotage the next challenge to target Stella's confidence. So I think what I'm going to do this time around is I'm going to sabotage. See how that works out. That's pretty much how I started by sabotaging the games and stuff, and it's really come in handy. So let's see. The stage is set for tomorrow's chaos. The group reels from Tasha's banishment, and Stella is left exposed, a wounded gazelle limping in the dark. You, Nikki Vile, see your chance. A surgical sabotage that not only breaks her further, but makes her look guilty. Night 6, Secret Sabotage. You slip away into the puzzle chamber for tomorrow's challenge. It's a labyrinth of mirrors, lights, and tokens. The rules: retrieve your colored token before time runs out. But you rewrite the script. You move Stella's token to an impossible location, wedged into the gears of a mirrored wall. You then smudge her mirror station with faint fingerprints and dust, so when the system resets, it will appear she tampered with her own area. Finally, you prime the lights to flicker erratically near her path, ensuring she'll stumble and draw attention. You walk away satisfied. A flawless scene set for tomorrow. Oh, that sounds evil. So, oh, this is great. I wonder what's going to happen. The group gathers. Mr. Sinister claps his hands. Mr. Sinister, retrieve your tokens from the mirrored maze. Failure means shame. Tampering means suspicion. The buzzer blares. Everyone rushes in. Harold and Dr. Zen glide smoothly, finding their tokens. Mark fights through a locked panel but succeeds. Stella struggles. She can't find hers. The mirrors flicker, disorienting her. Stella, frustrated. Someone moved mine. This isn't right. I couldn't imagine what she's talking about. notes. I had to sit on a text. Uh, let's see. Everyone stops and stares. Harold, you're always the one crying sabotage. Stella. Mark, convenient excuse. Dr. Zen coldly. Maybe she's trying to cover her tracks. The seed you planted flowers into mistrust. Results. Stella is the prime suspect. The group is openly hostile towards her. You remain perfectly innocent in everyone's eyes. Do you, number one, fan the flames against Stella, making her the obvious elimination target, quietly defend Stella, sowing the idea that Harold or Mark are piling on too hard, not doing that. Plant a whisper that Stella might be a minion helping a villain. Use this chaos to slip aside and build a deeper bond with Dr. Zen, or begin grooming Stella privately, offering her protection in exchange for obedience. She's too hot right now to defend, and if I step forward to try to defend her, that will put suspicion on me. Hmm. Mm, I don't want to quietly defend her. Planting a whisper that she might be a minion will make people start digging. Um, I don't need to build a deeper bond with Dr. Zen at this point. So that leaves me with number one. I mean, pretty much, I have to pile on with everybody else. You strike while the iron is white hot. The challenge ends with Stella collapsing against the mirrored wall, tokenless, pale with stress. She pleads her innocence, but your moment has arrived. Day 7, the trial begins. The group gathers in the common hall. Tensions snap like wires. Mark, Stella failed again. Either she's incompetent or she's hiding something. Harold, she's sabotaging herself to frame the rest of us. Classic misdirection. Dr. Zen smirks. In chess, the weak piece is sacrificed first. Oh, this Dr. Zen, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him. You step forward, calm and deliberate. Nikki Vile. Me. Every time something goes wrong, Stella's in the middle of it. Look around. Broken puzzles, missteps, missing tokens. She's the common thread. She's not just unlucky, she's dangerous. The room erupts. Mark, exactly what I've been saying. Harold, about time someone called her out properly. Dr. Zen. The actress finally delivers her best performance. Stella's face crumbles, panic turning into rage. Stella, this is insane. It's not me. Can't you see someone setting me up? Nikki! But it's too late. You framed her perfectly. They all everybody voted for Stella. How lovely. How marvelous. Stella is eliminated. Her screams echo down the halls as Mr. Sinister drags her away. The circle tightens. Only you, Mark, Harold, and Dr. Zen remain. The air feels heavier, closer. The game is nearing its final act. Do you, quote, turn your attention to Harold, painting him as too calculating to be trusted? Suggests Dr. Zen is quietly pulling strings and must be watched. Pull Mark aside in private to make a deal while planning to betray him later. Work closely with Dr. Zen, grooming him as your secret ally, or begin sowing paranoia about a hidden twist in the game, like minions or double agents, pushing suspicion away from yourself. I say, um, this game definitely seems to want me to turn on my partners. I'm not doing that, at least not just yet. If I don't have to, I'm not. I'm more interested in winning. I don't care about not sharing the money with them. I mean, shoot, it's not real money anyway, so what do I care? Night settles in, day 7 fading into a storm of whispers. You sit alone in the dim lounge, theatrically sighing, head resting in your hand. The others drift near, suspicious but curious. You let the silence stretch, then drop your voice to a conspiratorial tone. Nikki Vile, me. It's too easy. Stella was the obvious choice. Too obvious. What if Mr. Sinister wanted us to take her out? What if the other role in the play, a saboteur working with the house, not against it? Hmm. The words slither into the ears like poison. Harold narrows his eyes. A twist? Dr. Zen leans back, intrigued. You mean one of us could be playing both sides? Mark rubs the back of his neck. Hell no. That's some paranoia talking. This ain't TV. But doubt is contagious. You've planted it perfectly. Suddenly, every glance lingers too long. Every silence feels loaded. Morning, day 8. Mr. Sinister announces today's challenge will test the strength of your alliances. The group must work in pairs to navigate a collapsing bridge puzzle. One wrong move, and the tile gives way. Trust is required, or betrayal will ensure a fall. Painting, paintings are drawn randomly, and fate deals the cards. You with Harold, Dr. Zen with Mark. Harold eyes you warily, recalling your warning about hidden traitors. The bridge sways and the game begins. Do you play loyal with Harold, earning his trust for later exploitation? Sabotage Harold subtly, letting him nearly fall so suspicion grows against him? Whisper mid challenge that you know Dr. Zen is the double agent. Try to make Harold panic, causing mistakes, or suggest Harold should lead, then prepare to undermine his path. Let's be loyal today. Gotta continue to play that game of chess, not checkers. The bridge challenge. The planks creak and groan beneath your boots. Harold looks like a man trying not to sweat through his shirt, but he keeps darting at you. You smile reassuring. Breathe, Harold. Left tile looks sturdy. Step when I do. You guide him carefully, letting your instincts and sharp eyes take the lead. Each time he hesitates, you steady him with a hand on his arm. Piece by piece, you two make it across unscathed. When you both land on solid ground, Harold exhales in relief. Huh, guess I misjudged you, Nikki. You have my back. His suspicion fades, replaced with gratitude. You've earned his trust, placing him neatly in your pocket for future manipulation. Meanwhile, Mark and Dr. Zen stumble mid puzzle. Zen tries to lead, Mark second guesses him, and the bridge almost collapses. They barely scrape by. Tension simmers between them. How lovely. I don't trust either of them, and they'll probably take each other out of it at this point. Night. Day 8 ends. The elimination room glows with sickly violent light. The group looks ragged, frayed by paranoia. Harold subtly defends you, saying you were the only reason we made it. Dr. Zen accuses Mark of second guessing. Mark snaps back, claiming Zen nearly killed them both. Your whisper campaign has bloomed beautifully. Now Zen and Mark are openly at odds. The vote looms. Do you push suspension hard on Dr. Zen, turn things on Mark, subtly nudging Harold to join, pretend to stay neutral, letting them tear each other apart, suggest Captain Blaze's name again as the real danger, or quietly manipulate Harold's vote while keeping your hands clean? I'm going to let them rip each other apart because they deserve it. Night, day 8 elimination. You lean back in your chair, arms folded, letting the sparks fly. Dr. Zen slams his palms on the table. Dr. Zen, you nearly cost us the challenge, Mark. Always second guessing me. Always. Mark sneers, his voice sharp. Oh, please. You'd have walked us right into the void if I hadn't stopped you. You think you're a genius, but you're reckless. Harold shifts uncomfortably, glancing at you. You offer him a subtle, calm smile, as if to say, let them dig their own graves. Captain Blaze tries to intervene, his deep voice blooming. Enough. We need unity, not chaos. But his words barely register. The tension between Zen and Mark consumes the room. When the vote is called, the ballots reveal themselves in flickering red light. Dr. Zen, angry at Mark. Mark's angry at Dr. Zen. Blaze is angry at Dr. Zen. Harold is blaming Mark. You don't have to whisper much. Harold already saw the fight as proof. Nikki Vile, you, Mark. I didn't even get the vote. Mark is eliminated. Wow. He rises, glaring at Zen, then at you, suspicion faintly returning in his eyes. But it's too late. The shadows claim him, and the doors slam shut. Remaining villains: Nikki Vile, me, Dr. Zen, Harold, Captain Blaze. Your neutrality has left you looking level headed, trustworthy, even while chaos bloomed around you. Now, here's the weird part: I don't remember inviting Captain Blaze to our little party. Harold, neither. Me thinks ChatGPT is altering things again, but that's okay. I'll go with the flow. I'll just have to trim the fat when the time comes. The next challenge looms at dawn. The rules have not been revealed, but the arena is shifting into something brutal and labyrinthine. Do you approach Harold privately, cement his loyalty, test Dr. Zen's mood, ally or keep him unstable? Try again to paint Captain Blaze as the biggest threat, prepare sabotage in the coming labyrinth, withdraw conserve energy, and letting them come to you. Hmm. Hmm. That's a good question. Uh, I'm going to prepare sabotage. See what that does. The floor rumbles, stone shifting and grinding until a massive labyrinth reveals itself. Walls of black steel rise high, etched with glowing crimson runes. The rules echo in the chamber. Only two will reach the center. The rest will bleed the path for them. The villains exchange tense glances. The air smells of iron and smoke. Your sabotage set last night. You secretly tampered with the rune markings near Blaze's starting gate. The walls there will subtly shift, doubling back on themselves, trapping him in loops while the rest advance. The horns blares. Dr. Zen darts forward, muttering equations under his breath as he calculates angles. Harold lumbers cautiously, eyes sharp, using his raw strength to push aside smaller obstacles. Captain Blaze charges in like a warlord, straight into your rune sabotage section. He growls in frustration as the path shifts, sealing him into a repeating corridor. You glide in quietly, conserving energy, shadowing Harold, but far enough back not to be obvious. The crowd of hidden watchers roars in approval as the walls grind and blades swing down from above. Only one nearly takes Zen's head, but he calculates just right and ducks under. Harold smashes through a smaller wall, creating a shortcut. Blaze roars as he realizes he's stuck, pounding the walls uselessly. By mid-challenge, Zen and Harold are neck and neck. The Blaze is falling behind, and you've positioned yourself well, far enough back to appear struggling, but close enough to take advantage of whichever rival stumbles first. At the end of the challenge, two villains will reach the center, and the other two will be left vulnerable at nightfall. Do you stay behind Harold, letting him clear dangers while you look weaker, sprint ahead and try to beat Zen to the center, double back and suddenly worsen Blaze's trap so he definitely doesn't escape, whisper to Harold mid-run that Zen is setting him up, planning more paranoia, let the challenge play out, conserving strength for the elimination vote. Let's let it play out. You hang back, deliberately conserving strength. The others fight tooth and nail. Dr. Zen reaches the center first, battered but triumphant. Smug grin plastered on his face. Harold storms through second, dust and scratches covering him, his sheer force carving a path. Captain Blaze finally claws free from your sabotage, but it's too late. He arrives long after the horn blares the end. His fury shakes the wall. You stroll in last, breathing steady, feigning exhaustion, but hiding how much energy you saved. The rules echo again. Those who fail the labyrinth will be vulnerable. The rest decide who bleeds tonight. I may have screwed up. The torchlight grows dim. Zen and Harold exchange a private look. They know they'll be the ones voting. Blaze sees glaring at you, knowing something was wrong with the rooms. But the fire in his eyes shows he isn't sure if it was the labyrinth itself or you. Tension tonight. Blaze suspects sabotage. Zen and Harold hold the voting power. You've kept yourself neutral, but suspicion lingers. Do you quietly nudge Zen to target Blaze? He's too strong, he'll crush us later. Whisper to Harold that Zen manipulated the labyrinth in his favor. Stay silent, let them argue, and blend into the background. Boldly suggest eliminate Blaze directly, drawing attention but steering the boat. Throw suspicion at Harold instead, hoping Blaze and Zen turn on him. Ooh. I'm gonna nudge Zen. I think this time I screwed up by not trying to push ahead. But then again, that would have broken my trust with Harold because Harold would have figured out what was going on, and I'd probably have an enemy right now. Let's see, the vote looms. You sidle up to Dr. Zen in a flickering light at the fire pit. Your words are soft, measured, just enough to seed the thought. Blaze is dangerous. If he survives this long, none of us will stand a chance. Better to cut him now before the end game. Zen's, eye, Zen's eyes gleam behind his cracked spectacles. He doesn't respond at first, but you see it, the calculation turning in his mind. He nods once, almost imperceptibly. When the vote begins, Zen casts his stone at Captain Blaze without hesitation. You follow your hand steady. The deciding moment comes when Harold steps forward. Blaze snarls at him, veins glowing faint with embers. If you betray me, I'll drag you down into the fire with me. Harold hesitates for a long moment. It seems the muscle bound brute might falter, but then he places his stone next to Zen's. Captain Blaze is chosen for elimination. The chamber fills with firelight as Blaze roars, flames engulfing him. He tries to burn his way free of the ritual's grasp, but the runes lock him down. His screams echo until there is only ash. When silence returns, only three remain. You, the shadow behind the whispers. Dr. Zen, the cold tactician. Harold, the blunt force who follows when guided. The ritual rumbles. Three remain. Tomorrow, the challenge will decide who holds power over life and death. Do you put Harold aside tonight, planting doubt in him about Zen's true intentions? Meet with Zen privately, suggesting an alliance to take him out. Pretend to sleep, listening for either man's plotting, or boldly declare that you intend to control tomorrow, putting them on edge. Or five, seek the ritual's whisper, asking for forbidden knowledge at great risk. And with that, folks, I am going to stop right there. Um, I think I think 20 plus minutes is good, and this looks like it's going to require some. Well, it all requires some thought, but I think that this next section would be great for another video. So with that said, thank you guys for showing up, and I appreciate it. And you guys be safe, be well.